Hey gang, today we are taking a look at the Thundersaurus Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Now here we have the three components that make up the Thundersaurus Megazord: the Tyrannosaur, the Tricerazord, and the Zord. Terrazord, right down there. The size difference between the three is quite striking, but considering that the Tyrannosaur makes up all but the right arm of the Megazord, it's kind of to be expected. I mean, this is probably one of the worst balanced Megazords I've ever seen. But, oh well. Taking a look at each individual component, as you can see, the paint job on these units is very, very nice. And I just want to say that these toys are exactly the same as we see in Aba Ranger in Japan. That's what Dino Thunder was based off of. Overall, I do like the look of the Tyrannosaur. Unfortunately, he is a little bit oddly balanced due to the way the legs are and the way the transformation happens. He can open the mouth, but you don't want to open it too far, because if you do, you'll pop the head off the body. But overall, the figure does look good. Now, moving him off to the side, we will take a look at the Tricerazord. Now, the Tricerazord, as you saw, is a lot smaller, and it looks pretty good on its own. I really do like the overall look of it. It's just a cool little Zord and pretty tiny. But the smallest of them all is the Terrazord, which is my least favorite of the three. I just think it looks the worst of the three, but it also kind of gets the short end of the stick in terms of merging. Only forms a helmet and a small chest plate, but overall it looks okay. You do have some posability in the wings, but that's due to the transformation, and you can have it kind of flying if you tuck the legs up, but if you try to do that, you flip the legs, or you flip the wings forward, you could get it flying there. It works okay-ish. Anyway. So let's go ahead and look at the combination sequence. And here we have the Thundersaurus Megazord. Now, overall, combination is very simple, as I said. And it yields a very weird-looking Megazord, not going to lie. Having this giant tail sticking off the right shoulder, and then this massive spear for the left arm. It is a very weird Megazord, but very unique, and I kind of dig it. It really looks good in the show. In the show particularly, I just love the way it looks. And as you guessed, posability is very limited on this figure, as is all Sentai figures. You've got the arm here, and the Tricera hand mouth can open, and you've got the spear. It does have a gimmick. There is a switch up here that you could flip forward, and it will do the drill motion. Now, it's supposed to also be able to turn the other way, but I think that one's broken on mine. Now, the this unit can also form something called the Thundersaurus Incomplete, where only the Tyrannosaur and the Tricerazord combine. It's interesting since this version of the Megazord ends up with a double-bladed sword shield thing, but in the show, this version is significantly weaker than the fully combined mode. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll remove the helmet, and we'll remove Terra, and put those off to the side. Then we'll take the spear and actually pull the spear off to form a hand. So here's the spear. And then we'll take the Triceratail, pull that off. Tricera head, pull that off. And we can flip out a fist. Now the unit came with this little tab thing, which we use that now, so we'll fold that down, combine these suckers together. So we've got that, and I don't remember what the tab is for, actually. But we can put that in that arm. And then we have this little shield here, which you pull back, and there's a button here that you can use to act like a claw-grabbing gimmick. And that will go there. So here we have the Thundersaurus Incomplete. Now, I actually like this a lot. I think this mode looks even better. It's definitely more Megazord-esque, and I just think it looks cool. Now, I do think it looks even better with the helmet. I think it looks perfect with the helmet, but according to the show, this is actually the weaker form, and that does make sense, as I'm sure Terra adds something power ratio-wise to the other two. I don't know what, but oh well. So that little clamp that I mentioned earlier is actually used to clip on at the back of Tricera here to give him a handle, which, okay, I can understand why they might have included this, but the figure already has a handle built into the back of the mouth, so I'm not really sure why they included that. Now, something I did forget to mention is the switch that I talked about earlier. You've got the switch where if you push it back, it automatically turns the drill. And then there's the off position in the middle. But if you push it all the way forward, there's a button right here on the chest. Now, if you push it, you actually can control the drill. So that's what the two positions mean for the button. Now this Megazord also features this line's gimmick, and that is combining with 5 different types of Dino Zords. Each Zord grants a new ability, and the Rangers could mix and match them for added power. The Zords are the Cephalozord, the Dimetrozord, the Parasaurozord, the Ankylozord, and the Stegozord. And each one of these grants, like I said, a new power. The Cephalozord, they obtain the Cephalo Power Punch. The Dimetrozord, you get the Dimetro Saw Blade. The Parasaurozord, you get the Parasaura Final Cut. The Ankylozord gives you the Ankylo Double Drill, and the Stegozord gives you the Stega Surfboard. The Stega Surfboard? Oh boy. Sadly, I have only seen the Stegozord here in the USA. Now, after going through some of my collection, I did find that the Dimetrozord was sold in the Deluxe Dino Stegozord set, along with the Stegozord and the Dragozord. The Parasaurozord and the Ankylozord were also sold together in a set, which featured a figure of the Triassic Ranger. It doesn't look like the Cephalozord got a toy release in the USA, as I couldn't find any evidence to the contrary. In fact, I found a lot of evidence saying it wasn't sold. The Thundersaurus Megazord is one of my all-time favorite Megazords, just simply because it's so weird. We don't have any other Megazords like this in the entirety of Power Rangers, and it also hails from one of my favorite Power Rangers series. Dino Thunder was overall a really good show. It was a lot better than stuff we got later that was produced by Disney, and it was just a fun, lighthearted show. Plus, we got to see Tommy again, and Jason David Frank really has portrayed that character very, very well. So, I hope you like this review. Catch you next time on, well, we'll be taking a look at probably an evil Dino Thunder Zord.